Hey friends, it's Lena from WISCOBUJO and welcome back to my channel. I apologize, I've been a little MIA lately. Life has just been really busy and hectic, and I finally got the chance to sit down and film and edit a video for you all. So today I will be doing a stationery unboxing, and this first package is from Minty Studio. If you've ever watched any of my other stationery unboxing videos or any of my bullet journal videos, you'll know that Minty Studio is one of my favorite stationery shops ever, and I love all of her products, and she has some new products with some ephemera and some new sticker sheets, as well as these cute little decorative functional sticker sheets, so I just had to buy them. So in this first part, we are just going through the freebies that she includes, which is basically like its own sticker sheet, and I live for these freebies because they're just so cute and little, and I end up not using them as often. As you can see here, we have the functional stickers, and that was just the first pack. I believe that color is nude or sand. One of those. One of these is nude and the other one is sand. So there is other colors that this comes in, but I just wanted to try out these two colors to see if I would end up using all of these sheets. I was thinking about buying maybe like the Dusty Rose, dark espresso ones, but I wasn't sure yet. So these are the ephemera packs. Sorry, I'm just gonna keep on saying ephemera because it's just stuck in my head. I know it's probably ephemera, but bear with me. From now on, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it how I want to say it. But I had to have all three of the color packs. I believe they come in like a neutral, a brown, and a black. And I couldn't decide which one I wanted, so I just ended up buying all three of them. And I mean, how could I not? They're just so pretty. As you can see here, it's very whimsical. It has these moon phases and leaves all put together. It's totally my vibe, and it's gonna be perfect for snail mail and junk journaling, as well as bullet journaling when I do more layer heavy type themes. As you guys saw from my March plan with me, I'm doing a very doodle heavy theme right now, so not really using much layered elements other than washi tape, but these ephemera stickers, or I think they're just paper, I don't think they're stickers, but they're gonna go perfectly for my layering themes coming on later this year. I think I'm gonna do one for May, not sure yet. Alright, now onto the sticker sheets. So I always love some neutral stickers, so that's why I bought that sheet. This one is just so pretty. It's so botanical and gorgeous, and this is my favorite sheet of them all. These windows and doors, they're just wow, simply stunning. I should have bought two, but we'll see if I end up using this one because I tend to just always hoard stickers anyways, and I always need to have girl stickers. I think girl stickers are just so functional for layering, so I bought these in a neutral color. And now we're back. And we're done with Minty Studio. So on to our next shop. Alright, so the next shop that is featured for my stationery unboxing is Your Creative Studio. So the next two parts will be two of their boxes because I received both the January box and the February box at the same time. You might be a little confused because it says March on this box, but it's because I think they had some issues with their production, so they are using the boxes that were meant for March that is now replaced to be for January. And I think it's all going to work out, but this, I believe, is what is supposed to be their January box for 2022. And I believe it is a wildflowers theme. I already saw someone spoil it, and I loved the content so much, I just had to have one of my own. So I purchased it with it already knowing. So the stuff that I'm unboxing at the moment is not a surprise. I already saw everything that's in it. So yeah, even though I know everything that I'm going to open in this box, it still was just such a joy to open this stationery box. I feel like it's a pretty good bang for your buck. I think if you purchase it as a mystery, it's $30, but if you purchase it after everything has been revealed, it becomes $38 maybe, which on a grand scale, yes, you save $10 if you do the mystery, but I think they just give you so much stuff in the box that it all becomes worth it. The nice thing is that they have stuff that is you can buy generally Like some of these items that are listed here, I think you could probably buy off of like AliExpress because, you know, it's probably made in China. But they also have some things that are exclusive to their brand. So as you can see here, the stamps, these are all exclusive to your creative studio and you're not going to find them anywhere else, I think. I'm pretty sure. But these stamps are just so pretty. Like, I think flower type stamps are always just so functional, and look at this gorgeous neutral sticker sheet. And they usually always have some like ephemera packs and some paper packs, and they're usually a little bit different than, you know, previous ones. So this one is like more square shaped. There's like 4 of each design, and then later on you'll see some of the paper products that are like either stickers or just like soft tissue paper. This one is like a little tickets type thingy, and I don't really like all of the animal stuff. I don't really use like animals in my like snail mail or just like my junk journaling or bullet journaling in general, just because I don't really know how to incorporate it in. I feel like I choose either between animals or like humans, like as I mentioned before with the girl stickers and such, and I think usually like the girl stickers are better, so I usually opt for that over animals because I don't know, I'm not good at incorporating. Like, I'm great with like putting botanical elements in, but animals is a different ball game for me. I try to save some like posts for inspiration to try to incorporate more animals. Like I know Hippie Post and Album Love Handmade, they're just both really great at layering their snail mail and incorporating like animals and botanicals and a bunch of stuff into their snail mail, and I just can't do it. So that's just a weakness of mine that I have to accept. Alright, so now we're on to this paper again. So it seems like just patterned paper, but you'll see here that's actually sticker paper, which is really pretty, and it's very convenient because I don't have to use glue. So it's nice, I can either just like, you know, peel it off and slap it on something, or rip it into smaller pieces and just, you know, stick it down. And somehow I have talked my way into the next box. So this is the February box. It was labeled as the April box, but it is for February 2022. I don't know why I set this one up differently. Like the last video, I spread them all out and then I shared it, and then now I moved them all away and have a blank area. I don't know. I did film them at 2 different periods, so you gotta live with it. But this was the first time in one of the boxes that I got a wooden stamp instead of the cling stamps instead, and I actually prefer these wooden stamps better. And I like that they cut around the edges of the rubber, because a lot of times the corners get stuck on like stamp ink and they stamp it on the paper, which like irks my soul. I can't stand it. So I like that these are cut out more. And I prefer wooden stamps because I find them easier to navigate, and for some reason I feel like they stamp better than like the cling stamps or like the white acrylic, not white, the clear acrylic stamps that you put on an acrylic block and stamp on. I don't know, maybe that's just like a personal thing, and it's not actually true, but I feel like it. So here are also some clear stamps. Like, I don't know, maybe because the pressure of the wooden stamp gives it more of an impression, so it stamps better. Maybe that's it. Who knows? You can let me know in the comments if I'm just crazy or if you actually think wooden stamps stamp better. But I guess the one nice thing about clear stamps is that you can see where you are stamping when you put the stamp down. Whereas like the wooden one, it's kind of a, you know, random guess because you don't know the exact placement because the wood is in the way. So yeah, that is my little spiel about stamps, and I feel like I missed a lot of the parts that were shown in this video. So alright, for this box, I did not see any spoilers for this box, and so this is a complete surprise. From the items that I'm seeing here, I am guessing it is like a gardening theme. I think that's what it was said on the little card, and I find this stuff really pretty. I don't know how I'm going to incorporate it because I feel like the wildflowers are like easier to use for the last box, and this one is very like specific. I'm not much of a gardener, which is interesting because I have tons of houseplants. Like, are you counted as a gardener when you have houseplants? Like, I like propagate my houseplants and stuff, but you know, is it the same? who knows? I don't plant any stuff. My partner plants like tomatoes and stuff when summer comes along, but I don't do any of that. Anyways, this cute little ephemera pack, it comes with this like pressed flower, which gorgeous. Like I love pressed flowers, and some stickers and some other paper packs. So it's nice and pretty, great for junk journaling, and there's a lot of different type of elements that you can use. So yeah, as you can see from the 2 packs from January and February, that they have somewhat similar content, but they also mix it up a little with, like, the last one was cling stamps and this one had wooden and clear stamps. So I really appreciate that because, you know, it keeps things interesting and it makes everything a surprise from month to month. And these are just some tissue paper. They are really soft, so maybe I'll use it for like packaging things, you know, to make it all look all nice. But that's it for your creative studio. And now we are moving on to Notebook Therapy and their Sakura Journey collection. So thank you to Notebook Therapy. They kindly gifted me the Sakura Journey stamp set and like the vintage washi set. So here we're going to open up the stamps and I'm going to show you what they all look like and stamp them down on paper so you can see how they stamp and how it looks like when it's stamped down. Okay, so funny little story. I just like filmed that voiceover portion like just now and I don't feel like editing out how I pronounced Sakura and I googled how it's actually pronounced and it sounded like Sakura, and maybe I messed it up. I'm not Japanese, so I'm trying my best. So I think it was, again, Sakura. And I will try to say it better, but knowing me, I might just revert back to my old ways. And it's in no way meant to be, like, you know, intentional. It's just when I have sounds in my head how I think it's supposed to pronounce, like my little ephemera, whatever thing, I just pronounce it the way that I'm used to. So I will try to say it correctly for this Sakura Journey stamp collection and washi collection. So again, it's a wooden stamp set and there's a lot more stamps. It's actually quite much, wow, that is not a word. It is quite bigger than the other boxes I've received in the past as compared to like the vintage rose. It has a lot more stamps than the vintage rose pack, and it's slightly bigger than like the Flutter and Dreams collection. So there's like a lot of these bigger elements with the little tags and this big square, I guess, kind of like paper stamp. And then there's a bunch of like little stamps, like the little Sakura flowers and is that a swallow or like a dove? I'm thinking it's like a swallow, but like, you know, kind of these smaller, cuter elements that you can add on. And they stamp pretty nicely, as you guys can see. Like I only did one stamp down and the impression is really nice. And it's ironic that I just had that whole like thing about, you know, stamping that I somehow got to this wooden stamp portion. So this image did not stamp as well, and I think it's because I did not grab enough ink when I was pressing down on the stamp, and the second one looks way better. So I am super excited about this collection because it was super unintentional, but I am planning to do a Sakura theme for April. And, you know, Notebook Therapy reached out to me and they're like, we have this new collection coming. So, which I tried out. I was like, heck yeah, I love all your products. So I would love to try it out. So if you would like to purchase this collection, you can use my affiliate code for WISCOBUJO for 10% off. And, you know, it saves you some money and it also helps support me and my account and helps me, you know, further create more content for you guys to enjoy. And now we are on to the washi tape collection, which is gorgeous. So I don't know if you have checked it out yet, but they actually had 2 washi tape collections for this Sakura Journey, I guess, collection. I feel like I've said like collections so many times. All right, but this box is modeled similarly to the vintage rose box, where instead of the top coming off of it, it's a pull-out box, which I prefer so much better. I think it's so much easier to navigate. And of course, there are these 3 sticker sheets, like washi sticker sheets that pertain to the theme, and they're really nice and pretty. I always end up using at least a couple of them in my bullet journal. But okay, I feel like I ventured off a little bit, but they do have two different washi sets. This washi set is more like vintage inspired, which was more along the lines of the content that I like to create. I tend to stick to more neutral vintage type themes, at least as of like lately in this past, 12 months or whatever, ever since I've started incorporating more layering themes. The vintage stuff just works out better. They do have like a more like colorful collection with the Sakura stuff. It's more florally. Is that a word? More florally. And there's a lot more pink, and it's super pretty. Ironically, last year I purchased their Sakura collection, and it's really gorgeous. If you haven't checked that one out, I'm pretty sure it's still available, and it's one of my favorite like washi tape sets, and I purchased that on my own accord, and I love it. And now I have more Sakura, tapes to add to the collection. So like I did in my other unboxing video for Notebook Therapy, I'm just going to show you some swatches of the tape. So this time it is 6 like large wide tapes instead of like a variety of sizes of tapes. Usually when you get one of their washi tape collections, there's like the standard, I have no idea what the actual millimeter width is, but these are usually the ones that are shown here are usually the bigger ones, like thicker. Wow, I cannot talk right now, but they are like the wider set of washi, and it just so happens that this collection is all of them are the wider set washi tapes, and usually they have like a really skinny one, like 1 or 2 of those, and then they have the standard size washi tape, and then they have like 1 or 2 of these thicker ones. So I was pleasantly surprised to see that these were all like the wider set washi tapes, which is nice because you can either use the whole like width of it, or you can cut them down to be smaller, and it's very versatile. This pack also has more like clear style washi tapes. So I guess you can't even call some of them washi tapes because they're made out of like plastic. Is it technically the PET material? But it's like this plasticky material that isn't permanent when you put it down, which is really nice, right? So when you stick these types of tapes down, you can pull them back up without tearing the paper, as long as you do it carefully, right? And these are kind of nicer because they model PET tapes, unless they are just considered PET tapes, and I'm just like, spewing nonsense. But for some of these, you're going to have to cut out some of those elements, unless you just want to use it looking like this. But for me personally, I probably have to cut out some of those little stickers. So one suggestion that I have is to stick this tape on some release paper. Like I use printables, so there's like the release paper on the backing, so I keep all of the big ones and I put washi tape or PET tape on them, and I cut around it to make life easier, so everything's not all sticky and stuff. I feel like I did not explain that clearly. Okay, so I put this tape on because these specific tapes, usually for PET tapes, they have a backing so that when you're cutting out the elements that you want to use, that it's not sticking to your fingers or to other, sticking to the environment. So since these do not have a backing, I put them on the release paper so I can cut around it easier, and I don't have to use it right away because I only want to use like one of the elements from this tape. I can stick it all down and just cut out what I need, and I can still use the other tapes that I didn't use later on because it's on the release paper. And as you know, with release paper, they have that kind of filmy, I have no idea what the material is, but it allows anything that's sticky to come back up without tearing, unlike regular paper, right? Or even like plastic. So yeah, that is, I hope, a better explanation on how I use release paper for these PET plastic tapes. Alright, so somehow I talked for like almost 20 minutes straight, which, is not unheard of for me, but I'm just gonna let the music go so you guys can enjoy the tunes, check out the washi tapes that I put down, and I will revisit with all of you guys again at the end of the video. me again from like 2 to 3 minutes ago, but I wanted to make a comment about this tape because it's super dope. So as you can see, it's kind of like Polaroids of like Sakura scenes, and it looks like images from either like Japan or just like, you know, scenery in general. But as you can see, you can rip off the images, like each Polaroid image on its own. So between each Polaroid is perforations. Did I say that right? Perforations. So that you can just rip them off super easily and just use a single one, which is really nice because you don't have to like cut between every single one of them. You can just tear it off. And I love that. Like, what an innovative idea. I'm sure, you know, maybe someone has done it before, but I found that super cool. But alas, we have basically reached the end of the video. So I hope you all enjoyed unboxing the stationery with me. Please let me know in the comments what you liked the best and if you wanted to purchase anything. I mean, I'm not trying to influence you all to spend your money, but I feel like a stationery addiction is an okay addiction to have. So if you like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!